Welcome to Truth and Nothing But, episode 38. Why are Africans living in America mad at us? Part 2. This episode is by Dane, Calloway. The link to the full video is in the description. Like and subscribe there. Peace.
That ain't the business that they got going on over there ain't got nothing to do with us. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But you still want to help the colonizers go colonize some more land? Like, what? And yet we still ain't correct the problem with what they did to our people to take this one? But you want to go help them some more, huh? Silly? Ain't that silly? Like, really? Listen. Watch this.
In today's society of America, the descendants of so-called American slaves have been advocating for reparations from the government ever since the tail end of the Civil War in 1865. But the government chose to ignore their demands as if they hold no validity, when publicly verifiable evidence proves it to be true. One example is Union Major General William Sherman issuing Special Field Order Number 15 on January 16, 1865, which ordered that land confiscated from Confederate state landowners be divided up into 40-acre portions and then distributed to newly emancipated Negro families, similar to how the government assisted incoming foreigners from other continents of the world ever since the 1840s. But this order was immediately eradicated once President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865, and Andrew Johnson was then elevated as the new U.S. president. Then all of that land was given to foreigners from other parts of the world instead, that just so happened to be welcomed here as immigrants in America that were hoping to ultimately undergo the process of gaining citizenship status with the federal government by way of being employed and obeying all government national laws, bills, statutes, and contracts. Now, this issue was brought to the attention of Congress ever since by numerous men and women who knew that they were entitled to their lands and demanded that pensions should also be included for their successful works, which was literally creating, building, and cultivating America from the ground up into what it is today. And that's not an exaggeration.
And they still not listening.
Year after year, this issue is brushed to the side by the government, and each presidential administration that moves into the White House continuously ignores it, whether Democrat or Republican. In the year 1989, which was 124 years after Special Field Order Number 15 was issued, Representative John Conyers introduced a bill labeled H.R. 40. And if this bill was passed, it would only allow for the creation of a study commission to study slavery and discrimination in the United States, and then study potential reparation proposals for restitution. And just this bill alone is being ignored. Yep, a study into the issues surrounding the aftermath of early unjust labor in the United States is being ignored still to this very day by the government.
Now, remember, still to this very day, but they hurried up and that Stop Asian Hate, and they got all those gay rights about, everybody got their rights quickly. And HR 40 was just a study to what this government did to us, and they still to this day, 2022, are ignoring it. Everybody else got rights. The foreigners But yet, y'all still know we gonna vote this person in, vote that person in. It's gonna change, y'all. Hold on, wait. We gotta get Trump. Then y'all gonna put it on Trump. I mean, come on, look what happened to JFK. We don't gotta get nobody. We just gotta get ourselves together. That's it. We gotta take command. Thank you, Jay Jones. Self-government. We gotta take the lead. Stop listening to 40s, 50s, 60s, 70-year-olds that's keep telling you we gotta get into this government. No, we don't. No, we don't. This government know what they did. They are responsible for what happened to our families in the past. And they don't want you to do anything to change what they got going on because it's fattening their pockets. And they still helping incoming foreigners only. But yet, no, Dane is a fraud. Dane is this, he don't know what he's talking about. If you were in front of me, I'd slap you upside your head. Wake up!
This indicates that the government does not care about biting the hands that fed them historically. But when it comes to foreigners or immigrants seeking asylum in the U.S., the government then jumps to their every need, and we are still...
Look at the picture. Tell me, do you see anybody that's indigenous descent in this picture? Look who's smiling. Look who getting your rights. This is not no hate. This is the truth. This is the truth. I don't got no reason to hate nobody else. For what? They getting theirs. They getting theirs. This is our people's fault.
Seeing examples of this form of favoritism displayed by the government today. For example, just this past October of 2021, Joe Biden's administration, the Justice Department, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the Department of Homeland Security were reportedly planning to give $450,000 to each adult and child of immigrant families who were separated at the border under the Trump administration.
Just hold on. Just stop for a second. Just stop for a second, y'all. Just somebody, anybody, explain that to me. How is the Trump administration, how is the government considering $450,000 per person to each immigrant adult and child just because they got separated at the border? Well, what happened to the little stories they was giving us? Saying that when our so-called family members got captured and brought over here and separated at the border. I'm done. Hello! But no, we gotta vote another politician. You don't... Huh? You gonna learn today.
Was separated at the border under the Trump administration. According to reports from the Wall Street Journal, the payments would be made to settle lawsuits brought by the American Civil Liberties Union, representing those families, in which they were originally asking for $3.4 million per family, but Biden's administration countered with a $450,000 per person payout. Attorney for the
Listen, American Civil Liberties Union. Now, like I said before that I'm going to take a case up to them because we've been discriminated against since day one. I just want to see if they going to come to this government and sue them on our behalf, just like how they doing for these foreigners. They asked for 3.4. You can look this up. If you don't believe me, good. Write it down. And I dare you to look it up. I want them to do the same thing for us. And if they don't, you know what's up.
ACLU said in a statement that, quote, the Biden administration is correct to provide relief to the children and families affected by the government's horrific practice of family separation. The suffering is something they will always live with, and it is a deep moral stain on our country. We need to make it right.
It's a deep moral stain on our country. Something they will always live with. Listen to this. They talk about foreigners. We need to make it right. And this includes not simply any monetary support, but also a path to remain here.
And this includes not simply any monetary support, but also a path to remain here. This is what is right and fair.
Can somebody tell me in the chat right now, is this right and fair? Is this right and fair? This is the lawyer, y'all, of the ACLU telling this to the Biden administration. Like, I swear, like the foreigners got more rights than us. Is this right and fair? No, it's not. It's not. And we letting it happen? And we want to kill our brothers and sisters in the street? They want you to do that. Why you think they controlling hip hop? They want you to hurry up and kill yourselves. The less of you, the better. That's why they continuously bringing foreigners over here, because there's too many of us to handle. I hope you heard me on that note.
End quote. Now, keep in mind that the Republicans are obviously against this payout. However, they are only advocating for the payout's amount to be adjusted due to the possibility of the payout's current amount attracting more immigrants and accelerating their plans to cross the border. But either way you put it, the government is literally giving reparations to immigrants and has been doing so ever since immigrants have been crossing the border seeking asylum, no matter their skin complexion. I mean, to the point where they're even exempt from standard immigration policies still today, as long as they use the code phrase, "I am here seeking asylum." The University of Texas at Austin Department of History states, quote, as early as 1917, immigration law had exempted asylum seekers from general immigration restrictions.
I'm gonna let this right here sink in. they exempted asylum seekers from general immigration restrictions. Remember when a couple of people was asking the Biden administration and them, like, are those people that are coming over here being tested, you know who? Like, no, well, and they trying to hurry up and bypass that question. They are exempted. They are exempt from immigration restrictions. The general ones, all they gotta do is say, I'm over here seeking asylum. You don't believe me? Good. Look it up. I dare you. You go get this work.
End quote. So can you blame them for migrating here? Absolutely not. Because who wouldn't want to live in the best countries in the world where their needs are immediately met with the opportunity to empower themselves and their families for years to come by gaining federally allotted lands to farm and feed their families and be gracefully compensated for even migrating here to begin with? And let's not forget how you'll be labeled as white by the U.S. Census, no matter your skin complexion, so that you may enjoy the privileges, civil rights, and all the other benefits granted by way of the government, but from the fruits of the indigenous people's labors, who wants this government to do more than just act as if they are attempting to create a study commission to study the effects of what really happened here during America's founding. So is this capitalism, prejudice, racism, and favoritism all wrapped up in one? Or is it just the government ignoring the blacks?
That was fire. Hun, baby, please, can you bring me up 2 waters upstairs? I'm out of water. I'm gonna need some water. Look, I'm gonna need some water. Man, come on, y'all. Listen to that.
You make kind of a provocative comment in your new book here, Mug, and I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience. Yes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated blacks like children, and many of their policies have been harmful to blacks, at least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's, or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans don't understand.
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants. And
from another continent. And shout out to this lady, I forgot her name, the lady that I just played. Shout out to her, because she knew. She knew right then and there. And y'all could probably say her name in the chat. I forgot her name because she was during this newscast, she was promoting her book. Keep in mind, I told y'all, all the politicians gonna be speaking up when they promote their book. But she told the truth right there. Yeah, and hold on, that went so fast. How you pronounce the last name? I don't want to get it wrong. But they saying it in the chat. Yeah, but shout out to her. I don't want to say her last name wrong. I want to respect that because she told the absolute truth. Coulter? Is that how you pronounce it? She told the absolute truth. Anytime I, get somebody's last name wrong and stuff like that during my documentaries, I'm doing it purposely. Like when I say W.E.B. Du Bois, I know it's Dubois. I'm doing it purposely because he betrayed us. That's like, you know, like Eminem kneeling at the NFL. That's the same thing. But I'm not gonna disrespect this lady right here. She told the absolute truth. Like I said, I'm not against white or so-called white folks or so-called Caucasians that's gonna speak the truth. If you got the balls to call them out, call them out. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, sister. She told the truth. That guy right there said, well, not everyone. I mean, there are Native Americans. She straight up said they immigrated from another continent. Hands down. Even the Native Americans know they not. Listen, they got that was brand new. I showed you that was brand new. 1970s. And then she also told you that the immigrants just got here. Just got here. And they handing them left and right, handing them everything. And this was all of our land. Period. And listen, y'all, this is the reason why it's so important. Because at one point we were children and we were being indoctrinated inside of these schools uncritically. We couldn't say nothing. We couldn't question nothing. Now we adults. We got a big responsibility to take Turtle Island back. You gotta understand that they lied to us from day one. You coming home to ask your mother, or your grandmother, or your great-grandmother, or great-grandfather, grandfather, same thing, ask them. They not gonna know nothing about slavery. They never heard of that before. And the only people that's gonna get mad at me for saying that is those that are like late 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe 70s, depending on what type of school they went to. Especially if they went to a quote-unquote Ivy League school or some type where, like, for example, like, what's that guy's name? A lot of them people that you see that went to I went to the best HBCU. But I'm not gonna get into that, baby. I'm not gonna go too far because there's a segment coming out on that. But anyway, yeah, a lot of those people they're against you. They're set to be a distraction. Hands down. Every single one of them. Not just 2 or 3, every single one of them. And I got my doctrine at who cares? I was taught by the best in the so what? It's all indoctrination. And I keep telling y'all that them white folks got taught the exact same BS. Bad sociology. I proved that on my channel as well. So they in the unknown just like you are. Now it's everybody holding on to their beliefs for dear life. Well, I believe that happened, Dane, but that's what I believe. Don't take that from me. I'm not trying to take away your beliefs. I'm trying to tell you what you need to know. You can keep your beliefs. Let's run it.
The legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants. And we understand that not everybody, there are Native Americans there, but we understand in this country,
People must understand why it is essential to disassociate themselves with politically correct words, like, for example, black and white, as their means of description when labeling themselves as a group of people by skin tone. Because in physics, the correspondence of color to a specific wavelength is called spectral color. Black and white, in this sense, are both absent of color, because while black absorbs the light, white refracts it, meaning that they both do not carry specific wavelengths, even though in the visual arts field they are occasionally defined as colors, but only by common public opinion. So when the US Census labels citizens as black or white as their classifications of race, it is not done so under a descriptive means by way of a person's physical skin hue. It strictly serves as a social construct, which is the meaning, notion, or connotation placed upon a specific group of people by an entire society and then later adopted by that same specific group of people with respect to how the other people of that entire society views or deals with that specific group of people. In other words, a social construct is a title or name that was given to our people by strangers, and then eventually our people adopted it as their own. And that's a big no-no, because what if the government isn't responding to our demands for reparations and restitution only because we are agreeing to being labeled as something we are not, but that they want us to be? I mean, think about it. Doesn't that count as making yourselves non-existent when referring to yourself as black, since black can't be seen anyway?
Since black can't be, yo, I killed this. I hope y'all heard me. Since black can't be seen anyway, they're ignoring you. Absent. Non-existent. So when you say black power, where is it? Where's the power? Huh? Where's black power? Where is it? Ever since Stokely Carmichael created that in 1964, where is that power? It's non-existent. Wake up! Wake up! This is the reason why we have to eliminate those terms. Because those are negative affirmations. Just like shout out Lord Jamal, when Lord Jamal pointed out that our people need to stop saying, I can't breathe, I can't, and all that stuff, those negative affirmations, that was powerful. And I bet y'all didn't even listen. Y'all still up there marching and singing that stupid, listen. And all, They praying off of your demise. Praying. Not on their hands and holding, not on their knees and holding up their hands praying. You know what type of praying I'm talking about. You want the changes to happen? We gotta make it happen for ourselves. I get deeper too. Watch this. Watch.
But what we can see is thousands of our people complaining about a white privilege that particular people are in fact receiving from the government. And we didn't think about calling ourselves.
Oh, that's the Easter egg. Oh, can they see it? I hope y'all can see that. I hope y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? Not Seminole freedmen, not Seminole slaves, not hello. I hope y'all can see that. I be dropping them Easter eggs in my videos left and right.
For who we really are as the fix to this discrimination yet? would you believe that there are foreigners from other places of the world, regardless of their skin complexions, gaining this white status or white privilege immediately upon arriving here in America as undocumented immigrants, and that's before they even become legalized U.S. citizens and then labeled as white on the U.S. Census? Like, did you ever wonder, when did the Caucasian race become legalized first-class citizens of America, since they too carry a history of immigrating to America as foreigners from other places of the world?
That's a very good question. Woo! That's a very good question. Did you ever wonder, when did the Caucasian race become legalized first-class citizens of America, since they too have a history of immigrating to America as foreigners from other places of the world? When did that happen, y'all? Give me the year. Give me the year. When did they become first-class citizens? This how you know this government is not as old as you think it is. This how you gonna know. Nah, not 1666. Nope. Nope, not 1776. Come on up. Come on up. Come up some more. Come on up. This is brand new, y'all. Brand new. Keep in mind, it wasn't about race. It was about class. They're still classifying. Listen, if the census started classifying people into groups or classes in 1790, then when did the whites or Caucasians ever become legalized first-class citizens? I'm gonna wait till I see that. I'm looking. No, not 1790. Keep coming up. Nothing. I'm gonna tell you right now, not in the 1700s at all. When somebody said 2022, wait. Did that person see? Hold on. Let me see. Nah, y'all close. Somebody close. Somebody is super close. All right, yeah, somebody shouted out the 14th Amendment. You getting close. Is that Ronald? You getting close, Ronald. You're hot. Matter of fact, you hot. If we was playing the game of hot and cold. Nah, not 1790 at all. Not the 1700s at all. Or before. That's all out. Keep in mind, okay, the reason why is because this government right here, this foreign government, didn't start kicking tail until they recreated their own constitution. Until they recreated their own constitution. What year was that? What year was that? Put it in there. It was 2 constitutions. When was the second one? Why they had to redo it? Oh my God, hold on. That's giving them, wait a minute, what they take out? They took out, listen, the 13th Amendment originally had 20 sections, right? Or did y'all know that? And they took them down, and they took them all out and broke it down to 3 sections. When did that other constitution get? There it is. There it is. There it is. They wrote it in themselves in their constitution. Their second constitution. The Act of 1870. Let's go. Let's go. And look, in this right, look, I'm talking about this so simple. You know, I don't like telling you to go Google something, but you could probably pull this up on Google. They not hiding nothing, y'all. They don't care because our people not paying attention. Once again, they're banking off of your ignorance. Watch.
As foreigners from other places of the world. And as more immigrants arrived here in America, the government continued to assist those newcomers.
Ooh, look at that picture. Direct from the slums of Europe. Daily. Look at that picture.
By modifying their pre-existing immigration laws. This is called immigration reform, which is merely a change to the current immigration policy of a country, city, or state by granting easier pathways for foreigners to become U.S. citizens. Like by way of payment, for example, when some presidents will drop the cost down or raise the cost up for illegal immigrants to become legal citizens. Another example is during the Bush and Obama administrations, legislation was crafted that tightened up border security, but also proposed a way for people who did not have legal status to earn legal permanent residency, which an immigrant must have before trying to become a citizen. That tightened up.
That's important. They had to earn it. They had to earn it, y'all. What that sound like to you? Sound like a form of slavery? Or a modified version? Think. They had to earn it. What did they had to work. Straight up, they had to work. Indenture means contract. Anytime you hear indenture and servant, that's a form of employment. Indenture means contract. When you're filling out your application for a job right now, listen, y'all. You're filling out a contract. The reason why you know that is because you could be fired at will. You're an at will employee earning, listen, wages. It's employment, y'all. When I tell you that slavery didn't exist the way they told us, that's what I'm referring to. It wasn't about chains and shackles. It was about working, employment. It's still happening. Remember, hold on. Matter of fact, I want to point this out to you right now because y'all pointed out 1871 with that second constitution. That was excellent, right? When was slavery abolished? Now they gonna say 1863, 1865. So why did they have to hurry up and come up with another constitution? Hold up. Wait a minute. Because when slavery was abolished, allegedly, why did they have to change the rules? Let me see if somebody gonna get it before I say it. Why did they have to change the rules? They hurried up and did it. 1863, 1865 is when slavery was allegedly abolished by this government. And then this government hurried up 1871, made themselves first class, You know how you first class in the plane and everybody else in a different seating area? Look at it that way. How they structured the bus that Rosa Parks was boycotting on. The so-called coloreds had to sit in the back. Why do we have to desegregate when they was promoting segregation? Oh no, I'm going too far. Ignore that I said that. Just come back up. I know I jumped. I didn't mean to jump right there. Stay on what I just said as far as the class is concerned. Because I want you to pinpoint that timeline. 1863, 1865, and then jump to 1871. Jim Crow was going on simultaneously. Homestead Acts was still going on also. I see you. Don't go to 1879. Don't come too far up. Come back. Stay in that area where they started promoting that first class citizenship. What happened? Okay, the Freeman Bureau, you getting hot. You're getting hot. Classism was already in play. Classism, Reconstruction. Thank you. Reconstruction. There it is. Huh? Listen, that's exactly when it happened. Remember, Woodrow Wilson and them ain't getting to office until the top of the 1900s. Remember, there you go. Reconstruction Act of 1869. They were revamping everything because guess who had control? Think about it. If we had the lands, the banks, the farms, I'm gonna say it again. If we had the lands, the banks, the farms, the jobs, the businesses, we had all of agriculture, they gotta reconstruct. Oh my God, they doing better than us. So, well, we gotta reconstruct this so every foreigner can. Am I going too fast? Because that's what happened. That's what happened. That's called the Great Reset. That's at the same time where they told y'all that you came from Africa. Franz Boas was the first person that was hired from Minden, Germany to come over here and teach these foreigners anthropology. They said that he is the grandfather of anthropology in America. And inside of his anthropology classes, he had a form of racial divide. He was promoting racism biologically. One of his students you're familiar with, I just went over this. I always do. And when I repost my old ones, Melville Herskovics, don't tell me how to pronounce his last name. I'm getting it wrong because he's an enemy. Melville Herskovics was one of his students. And so was W.E.B. Du Bois. And so was W.E.B. Du Bois. I'm going to say it again. W.E.B. is a traitor. Booker T. Washington is a traitor. Traitor! You heard me. I ain't got no music playing either. This is the reason why our so-called Negro Wall Streets went down. I got the records. Can't take that from me. I found out. They sent them two niggas in there to go be nosy. Remember, that was the same. Listen, y'all. Listen to that timeline. That's the same time period that what? We were prospering, and that government was forced to do a reconstruction. them 2 informants in there. See? They went to every Negro Wall Street, by the way, not just in Tulsa. I told you the first one that was really excelling was in Durham. I traveled there and put it on screen. Dane, you just went to Virginia. That's those that haven't been on my channel long enough. I know what's going on, and I'm trying to tell you. Once again, I'm going to go back to it. Now you understand. I hope you do. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. And some of them Jews, those so-called white Jews, are the ones that y'all going to call Khazarians, they had our back. I got records of that too. They knew what this government was up to. But them Jesuits, I'm going to tell y'all, them Catholic, I'm going to tell you, the ones that's going to follow by the quote, Puritan way of life, end quote, Google that, I dare you. Puritan way of life, Google it, I dare you. Those are your enemies, and they are all in the government. I've been putting it out. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I told you to Google it because that's probably what you're going to do. That's all you're going to do is use Google. Meanwhile, I'm getting these damn records. And this shit costs money. I'm telling you who it is. And I'm telling you what they did. No, Lick Zach tell you about gematria. He already killing it. If I tell you about it, they gonna take my channel. I would go way too far.
Border security, but also proposed a way for people who did not have legal status to earn legal permanent residency, which an immigrant must have before trying to become a citizen. Another example is comedian Michael Blackston, publicly celebrating on social media that he officially became a U.S. citizen on November 24th, 2021. The 48-year-old Ghana native posted a photo on Instagram to his 5 million followers, waving a small U.S. flag with the caption reading, quote, "They finally made me an American citizen. Only foreigners will understand why I'm smiling and what we go through to get a green card or citizenship." He also posted his green card on his Twitter account, being sure to block out his classification of race from being shown, leaving the comment, "Today, I'm turning this in back to the U.S. immigration. For those who don't know what this is, it's a green card. This is what every foreigner that comes to America would die for. Laugh out loud. Today, I'm turning it in for my citizenship. Can't wait to swear in so I can apply for welfare." Now, even though he may seem like he was joking right there, that's actually true in millions of cases for foreigners who are allowed to become citizens and are classified as white, which I just covered earlier in this segment. Now, what's very important to note here is that an August 2021 article written by Justice for Immigrants states that, quote, "An estimated 10.5 million undocumented immigrants live in the United States and could be deported because of their lack of legal status. That number has declined since 2014. Approximately 2/3 have lived in the United States for more than a decade. these individuals and their families participate in the workforce and contribute to their communities.
Okay. Listen to this. Justice for immigrants, y'all. Listen. They've been here. Now, I mean, of course they be, oh, we're going to deport you, but the only time they do it is when they're not working. But when they working, okay, you gonna learn today, you gonna learn today.
But wait a minute. So if the Border Patrol is there to prevent immigrants from illegally entering the United States, then are these 10.5 million immigrants an exception to the rules of this government? This just goes to show you that they are allowing them here and are in fact assisting them in more ways than just one. Why else would foreigners want to migrate from their mother country so badly and into this one without receiving some form of compensation for doing so? On the official website of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, on the topic of immigration reform, she states, quote, "Our nation's immigrants are the constant reinvigoration of America. Each wave of newcomers brings their patriotism, bravery, and determination to succeed to our shores, and in doing so makes America more American. As students and service members, entrepreneurs and public servants, parents and neighbors, these new Americans affirm our country's fundamental founding truth, that in diversity lies strength. We will never stop fighting to ensure that America remains a land of opportunity for those who work hard, abide by our laws, and dare to dream." End quote. These people are not seeking asylum or running from something or somebody or whatever story that your local and national news media station will create just to make the viewers feel guilty. According to their actions historically, the government's intention of allowing immigrants into this country is not that complicated. A few reasons is about manipulating the U.S. Census numbers and recruiting useful foreigners into the U.S. military. For example,
before I go into this, now this is deep. Before I go into this, you guys got to understand that that's all this government is for. This government straight up, when they reconstructed it, they set it up for those that are seeking asylum to come over here, and they're going to receive compensation for doing so. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So when a foreigner tries to decide that they care about what you're going through, you got to let them know what you're going through and what they not trying to tell you what they're going through. Our fight is different. There's a difference between the two. These foreigners are coming over here not being labeled black or African American. Straight up. They're not being labeled black or African American. And that's the problem. Because they are not going through the same things that we're going through. Straight up. Even if they share the same hue. As soon as the officer pull that person over and ask for their ID and it say white, here go your ID, sir, have a nice day. As soon as that person, even if, like, once again, they can have the same hue and apply for a loan on a house, and as soon as they do that background and it pop up, race status is white, they're going to take a look. Their credit score higher. They getting paid more. Listen, y'all. This is not a game. And once again, they got this. I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all did that for a reason. To take care of your families. Why would I be mad at you? I'm mad at my own people for not getting it. We don't gotta fall for this capitalist society when we created it, and we can take it back. Keep in mind, Reconstruction happened. They reconstructed what we already had in place. I'm going to say it again. They reconstructed what we already had in place. We were the owners of it all. And now we begging for a handout? That's a slap in the face. So from this day forward, you can't tell me that Dane Calloway wrong. You can't tell me that. We ain't on the same level. We ain't on the same level of thinking. Don't compare me to none of these fools that's online that's lying. Especially if they still calling us black and African American, when both social constructs are working against us. Still. And I know you hear me. Those of you that are foreigners that are cool with me and like my content, keep supporting it. But Dane Calloway gonna tell you to not only support it, but speak up. Tell the truth. It shouldn't just be me letting my people know the entire situation. Tell them that you are labeled as white. Tell them that your credit is higher. Your income is higher. They gonna look at you before they look at our own people. And it's not based off of the skin complexion. It's based off of the status that you hold. Tell the truth. That's what this is about. It's not about me name calling. I don't gotta do that. Leave that Tariq Nasheed stuff over there. I don't gotta name battle with you or go back and forth. For what? That makes us look bad as a whole. That causes division. I'm not for that. But if you for us, then you need to be for us. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm not gonna tell you how it might be. And that goes for all of y'all. If you got the balls, speak up. Don't bite your tongue. You know how to create videos just as well as I do. Everybody got cell phones. You can easily click record and upload it on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're African, from Bharat or Hindustan. It doesn't matter where you're from. Like for this the reason why I respect what's my brother's name that's with Lord Jamar, the comedian, Godfrey. When I came on Lord Jamar's podcast, Godfrey kept it 100 the entire time and told the truth. And he's Nigerian. And he said, we ain't never heard of that. Straight up. And that was his reputation on the line. And still to this day, Godfrey's speaking up about the injustice that's happening to us. Still. Knowing that his situation is different. He spoke about both. That's the type of person I can respect. Not somebody that's gonna be hiding. If you gonna hide, just stay just stay over there. You in the way. You in the way. So once again, stop comparing me to these folks. I'm not them. They not me. I'm not here to belittle nobody. I'm just pointing out fraud and I'm gonna call it out. Like I said, I'm gonna call it like how I see it. Straight up. I'm for my people for real. You ain't gonna find too many of me out here. Shout out to Papa Duck though. Shout out to Barbara Rosson. It's a few. Shout out to Sister Becky. Shout out to all of y'all that's watching in the chat right now. Listen. 5,200 watching. Listen, y'all know what's up. Let's go. Rest in peace, Granddaddy. I love you. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. I love y'all. I was going to play. We're going. No, we'll come back to this. We'll come back. I love y'all. Just hit the subscribe button. We'll be back. I'm Dane Calloway, and you know I'm just here to make you think.